wonderful princes and princesses from the Mascot Miracles Foundation. I miss you guys so much. This is Duffy joining us today, a wonderful castle dog. You can never have too many friends in the palace. He and Speed like to go for races. They both love the water. But today for our story, it's called The Paper Bag Princess. Are you going to listen to the story too? Once upon a time, Elizabeth was a beautiful princess. She lived in a castle and had expensive princess clothes. She was going to marry a prince named Ronald. Unfortunately, a dragon smashed her castle, burned all her clothes with his fiery breath, and carried off Prince Ronald. He stole Ronald. That wasn't very nice. That's like when Rothbart stole me. Elizabeth decided to chase the dragon and get Ronald back. She looked everywhere for something to wear, but the only thing she could find that was not burnt was a paper bag. So she put on the paper bag and followed the dragon. He was easy to follow because he left a trail of burnt forests and horses' bones. He doesn't sound like a very nice dragon. Finally, Elizabeth came to a cave with a large door that had a huge knocker on it. She took hold of the knocker and banged on the door. The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Well, a princess! I love to eat princesses, but I have already eaten a whole castle today. I am a very busy dragon. Come back tomorrow." He slammed the door so fast that Elizabeth almost got her nose caught. Elizabeth grabbed the knocker and banged on the door again. The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Go away! I love to eat princesses, but I have already eaten a whole castle today. I am a very busy dragon. Come back tomorrow." "Wait!" shouted Elizabeth. "Is it true that you are the smartest and fiercest dragon in the whole world?" "Yes," said the dragon. "Is it true," said Elizabeth, "that you can burn up 10 forests with your fiery breath?" "Oh, yes," said the dragon, and he took a huge deep breath and breathed out so much fire that he burnt up 50 forests. "Fantastic," said Elizabeth, and the dragon took another huge breath and breathed out so much fire that he burnt up 100 forests. "Magnificent," said Elizabeth, and the dragon took another huge breath, but this time nothing came out. The dragon didn't even have enough fire left to cook a meatball. Elizabeth said, "Dragon, is it true that you can fly around the world in just 10 seconds?" "Why, yes," said the dragon, and jumped up and flew all the way around the world in just 10 seconds. He was very tired when he got back, but Elizabeth shouted, "Fantastic! Do it again!" So the dragon jumped up and flew around the whole world in just 20 seconds. When he got back, he was too tired to talk, and he lay down and went straight to sleep. I have to have Lord Rogers show you the adorable audience that we have here today. They're both listening so intently. I hope you're enjoying story time as much as they are. Elizabeth whispered very softly, "Hey, dragon." The dragon didn't move at all. She lifted up the dragon's ear and put her head right inside. She shouted as loud as she could, "Hey, dragon!" The dragon was so tired he didn't even move. Elizabeth walked right over the dragon and opened the door to the cave. There was Prince Ronald. He looked at her and said, "Elizabeth, you're a mess. You smell like ashes, and your hair is all tangled, and you're wearing a dirty old paper bag. Come back when you are dressed like a real princess." "Ronald," said Elizabeth, "your clothes are really pretty, and your hair is very neat. You look like a real prince, but you are a bum." They didn't get married after all. It reminds me of my friend Cinderella. Her stepsisters, they had all of the nice dresses and all of the nice jewelry, and their hair was always neat and tidy, and their makeup was just right. But Cinderella didn't have any of those things. She wore rags and she slept in a fireplace, so her hair and her face was always messy. And when she had shoes, they weren't even very pretty. But in the end of the story, who was the princess? Was it Cinderella or her stepsisters? It was Cinderella, wasn't it? Because it's not the things on the outside that make you a beautiful princess. It's the things on the inside. Elizabeth was brave. She went after a dragon even though he could breathe fire. And she was tough. She wasn't afraid of any of it. And she was smart. She figured out a way to beat the dragon without even having to fight him. He beat himself. Those are all wonderful things that make her a good princess. And she was very kind. She went after Ronald instead of running away. She thought of others before she thought of herself. And those are all of the things that make a true princess, whether you're wearing a beautiful dress or a paper bag. So to all of my true princes and princesses, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I can't wait to see you next week for our next Fairy Tale Friday. Goodbye!